So I saw this image where it was like a simplified human figure, like basically stick man, and it showed every different religion. It was like Hinduism, Judaism, Christianity, Sikhi, uh, Islam, um, and so on, Zoroastrianism, so on and so forth. And it showed the stick man, the nondescript stick man, was basically wearing different robes or like different garments in each one, and you know the Islamic one, it was like a robe, just sort of a nondescript robe, which isn't, I don't think, inherently Islamic. And then, the Sikhi one was the turban. The Hindu one was like sort of, I don't know, something similar, like ethnic garmentation, basically. But what's so funny is that the Jewish one, he was wearing the clothing he was wearing a penguin suit. He was dressed like a Lithuanian, a small Lithuanian noble, Polish Lithuanian Commonwealth noble from like the, I don't know, 1500s, 1600s. And I thought, like, that's crazy. And like, like, that's horrible, terrible optics. But what's funny is, like, Jews will say, well, that's because Judaism, we're not really like an aesthetically focused people. We're not really an optics focused people. It's more about our way of life. And, it would be our art history would sooner manifest itself in poetry or literature or music or architecture before our artistic side would, sooner than garmentation or whatever, dress, sartorial choices. The problem is, Europeans and Goyim in general, but also just like normal people, but like Europeans are gonna, European, or the world more broadly, the world is mostly aesthetically driven, optics driven. So when people see running around in the penguin suits, that now becomes associated with Judaism. So I'm thinking, if these people, these sort of like Yiddishkeit, Orthodox, Ashke types, quote unquote Orthodox Ashke types wearing the penguin suits, the Haredim and Hasidim and whatnot, they started wearing those suits in the first place basically to impress Europeans, to fit in with Europeans, to look modest in the context of Europe. But what's so funny about that is, like, so now why not, adopt and shift and be like, well, here's what it is to look, modest and normal and high status today. It's like, at least wear a business suit or something like that. Or you can go full trad and you can wear like a robe, like a turban wrap or something like that. But it's like, no, we're going to settle for this awful middle in between point and wear the clothes of 17th century like Lithuanian aristocrats. And not only that, but we are going to foist upon Mizrahim and Sephardim that type of absurd dress. Not only that, but we're going to do that in the Levant, in the Middle East, post repatriation. So yeah, I was just thinking,